Hello and welcome again. Today we're doing a short tutorial on how to use images with the text editing software Pages, which is a standard tool for text editing on Macs. We are going to learn how to insert images in our documents, how to use a mask to crop images to the size we need. We will be working with transparency and opacity, and we're going to learn how to place the image or images in relation to the text we have in our document. Let's get started. We have a sample document here called Fall Colors. It has two paragraphs and a title, and the first and easiest way to move the image into our document is to simply drag it from our desktop into the document. Then we can place it until we're happy with where it is. You'll see little yellow lines appearing when the image is centered. And if you move your cursor to the borders of the image, your cursor, instead of an arrow, will become a double-headed arrow. Then you can resize the image to the size you want it. Another way to insert images into a document is to use the top navigation. You can find Insert, and at the very bottom of the Insert menu you have Choose. Click on Choose and all your files will open. You can search for the file you would like to insert. Click on it and press Insert, and it will appear inside your document. A third option is to use the Media button in your document. You can access photos, music, and movies from this button and insert them in your document just by clicking on them. You will notice that when you're working on text and when you're working with images, your editing options on the right-hand side panel are different. When you're working with images, you'll have three tabs: Style, that gives you different styles for your images. You can add a border if you wish. You can add a shadow as well. Or you can add a reflection of your image if that suits the needs of your document. On the Image tab, we can crop an image to the size we need to fit our document. Find Edit Mask, and you will see that when you click it, there is a little pop-up window at the bottom, and you'll have black squares on corners and sides of your image. Simply click and drag this to crop the image anywhere you want, and when you're satisfied, click the Done button. This is not cropping in a similar way to other programs. If you need to resize it at any time, you can simply click on it again and edit your mask again. So don't worry about cropping it. You can always go back and resize it in a different way. The image is not really cropped, it's just hiding part of it. Okay. Transparency can be important when we're working with layers of text or images, and you can access this from the Style tab. Access the Style tab and you can play there with the opacity of an image. The next thing we're going to look at, just quickly, it's how to arrange the image in relation to the text or in relation to the page of the document you're working with. You can choose to keep the image on the page of the document you're working with by locking it, or you can move it around in relation to the text. The automatic option and the around options are very similar. They allow text to flow above, below, and both sides of the image, and you can control the spacing, that's the padding around the image, with the spacing option. As you can see, around and automatic do pretty much the same. The next option, if you want to keep your paragraph intact, you can choose to make sure that the horizontal space for the height of the image is left empty. So choose before and after paragraph for that. Inline with the text aligns the image with the very top of your paragraph, and that can be useful for when you're using an image as a start of a paragraph, or you have a capital letter as a start of your paragraph. The next one is None, and None can be useful for when we are using an image and we want it to be completely independent from the text on our page. And it's great for background images, for example. Now we can then make the image transparent and we can get a background image. Now let's imagine that we have more than one image, that we have, for example, 3 images, and we would like to align them and arrange them nicely on our page. We can go back to the Arrange tab on the right hand side, and we can align them horizontally. We can choose top to align them at the top. We can choose middle to make sure they are centered horizontally, and we can also choose bottom to align all the bottoms on the same baseline. We can do the same for vertical alignment, so you could choose to have them all centered, all aligned to the left, or all aligned on the right. Now let's quickly summarize what we learned today. We can insert our images by dragging the image straight from the desktop to our document. We can also access the Insert menu and go to the very bottom and choose and select our file, or we can also use the Media button inside our document. If we need to crop an image, we can use a mask to hide the areas of the image we don't want to show with the Edit Mask option inside the Image tab. If we need to control the opacity of an image, we can open the Style tab and control the level of opacity or transparency of the image from there. When you have several images and you need to align them horizontally or vertically, remember to go to the Arrange tab and find the Align drop-down menu. That's all for today. I hope you learned something new, and see you soon.